can see is about 44. He's going to have to kick this all of 50 to get it over the line. Gives it the kitchen sink. Missed. 3-6-4-5. That's the final score. Maxie, how you been, mate?
It's cold.
Yeah, did officially get the sail over for, mate. Jeez, we're struggling for space, aren't we?
What papers do you have amongst this? Everything was rolled up to the line. Go pick it up 3 times. So
Your stuff.
yeah, and yours.
What?
This page, this voucher.
Oh, with the voucher. just go straight in. I'll go straight in. Okay, welcome one and all. Round 8 action. First, fourth. Salisbury North on their home deck against the 2024 Premiers, Port District. Larks go out at Lysa, jumps early. Gets the upper hand on Russo. Quick kick off the ground. Comes out to Benny Gould. Beautiful work by Gould. Unfortunately, it's intercepted work. Great work by Russo. They go inboard. O'Brien pops one over the top. Hallabout goes out wide. They need to settle. Have they got the composure for the opener? To the right for a minor score. So Kieran gets his scoreboard. Only this opening minute, 1 point to Salisbury North. Joey Haynes do the kick-in duties.
Haynes gets it towards the outer wing here. Picked up there by Gaffney. Kicks it straight to the opposition, and Salisbury North fumble as Port District looks to go forward again here. Kicked straight to the opposition. Good mark there by Callum Hay from Salisbury North. A good intercepting mark, and finds a short target. Doesn't quite hit him on the chest. There's the floor. That was a hanging on call. Going the way to Salisbury North. Just held onto there by the ruckman from Port District, Scotty Lyset. Kicks it towards the middle. Picked up by Salisbury North again. That's Hay scrambling to get it out of there, Port District. They get the ball. Now it's inside 50. No one's home though. Running onto the footy there is Fensom. And gets the clearance. And it's going to be a boundary throw-in on the outer side.
So both teams just getting a feel of one another at the moment. Salisbury North with a 5-2 record. Port District 6-1. Feel like this is the match of the round here. The Salisbury North Oval. Shallow throw in. They'll recall that one. And Breach pretty much going straight into that boundary umpire as we speak. So expect some shallow throw-ins on that far side. Both teams with experience. Ruckman, no more than Lyset, gets the tap. Ball comes to ground and wrapped up immediately. And it's considered a push here, so it's a free kick. Gaffney looking for the feed off, gets it immediately, gets on that trusty left, little dart, beautiful ball. And finds the chest there of Harry Dwyer, back in the lineup today. They go out wide to Shawnee Davison, pops one over the top. Good build up, Benny Gould. They go inside 50, sharp ball. And at the top of the paint there is Alex Dianoff. So Dianoff might be too far out to score. Brought around on the angle by the umpire. Tried to creep indoors. He's got a couple at the top of the 50 there now. Clamped down. He's got one short and Sharrod. Doesn't go there. Captain's having a great season, but back to Dianoff. He kicked from right on the 50 paint. The slider should go across the face of goals. An early jump from the back there by Ferns. Tried to snap one over the shoulder for a minor score. So a point apiece here at the Salisbury North Oval. 3 minutes and change down, opening term for Kieran Ugetsu.
Luke Habel will take the kick out for the Hawks. Comes towards us near the commentator's side. Lyset goes up, gets the spoil down, gets onto Sharrod, the captain. Snapping ball, 2 players there running onto it now. Here's Gaffney, Mitchell Gaffney that is. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Close to Port District's 50. The Rocks go at it now. Lyset takes it out of the ruck. Doesn't quite find Sharrod of the hand pass. Now Salisbury North can intercept and go forward. Soccer off the ground. Now picked up there by Gaffney. High ball. And great leap there by Thomas Carter. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Now Salisbury North can come away with it. Snapping ball out of there. High footy. Going to be hard to mark this one. Spills out of their hands. Now here they go forward. Great handball by Cooper Wilson. Now Port District can take things away and he'll hold on to it there. Benjamin Gould from Port District. Throws it onto the left. Inside 50 just. Good spoil there. Took it out of the hands of Thomas Carter. Back to Carter now and he's been tackled straight away. And the umpire's caught holding the ball. And a free kick to Salisbury North.
So great tackle by Jakey Wagner. Prolific last week. Goes to Hay. One of the defensive 50s played on, dangerous. Should be turned over and is. So actually the quarterback was holding the ball, so Sammy Gray just got inside his pocket there. Lovely work by the experienced campaigner. Got the full view of the 50, comes out towards our broadcast side. Beautiful kick. Couldn't take the mark. We got plenty at ground level. Geez, the tackling prowess there of Harry Dwyer back in the lineup as we mentioned earlier. So Mitchell Gaffney, Harry Dwyer, Sam McKay and Kenny Carpenter back into the lineup this week for the district. Whilst Adam Deacon and Blake Fedrin come into the lineup for Salisbury North. They get the clearance out here, come out to our broadcast position. Little tussle by the Nashville. He's giving away the free kick. Unnecessary in the contest. So Tuck with ball in hands. Just sizing up his options. Goes a longer one down the line. One-on-one. Some strong body contact there. Initiated by Richard. Ball comes to ground. 2-on-2 contest. They dish out the back. Got numbers here. Salisbury North need to be clean. The ball will be on the deck most of the game, you think. Gaffney just a little poker towards Lysett. And Lysett should receive the free kick despite a little contender for the mark of the day. It'll be a free kick to Scotty Lysett. So contact heavy on Lysett. He goes backwards to go forward and should find Gaffney as the quarterback.
Now Gaffney will go down the other wing now and switch the play here, Port District. Just waiting for the numbers and he finds one. Short doesn't quite find the chest of Sean Davidson and he's been tackled and that's holding the ball. Free kick to Salisbury North and chance for them to go inside 50. Gone with a bit of wind here and couldn't quite get a mark and it'll be spoiled over the line there by Nash Haynes. It'll be a boundary throw-in on the outer side. Lysett and Russo, the two ruckmen. Russo gets the tap inside 50 for Salisbury North at Port District. Boom it out of there straight away. Now contest in the air. No one could quite get hands to it. Ball spills to the floor and it'll be another boundary throw-in, similar to where the one was just before. Russo and Lysett will go at it again. Lysett used his body well to get the advantage and tap it away. Now Port District have a chance if they can get the footy. However, Salisbury North cut it off. Fumble there by Dienoff. And it'll be a stoppage, you would think, unless the umpire plucks a free kick, and he has. It's holding the ball. Free kick to Port District. Taking it is Sam Gray goes short now. Port District trying to find someone, gets the handball off to Miller Carter. Little stabbing pass goes to Jack Gaffney, and he's been tackled, and now Salisbury North can get it away. Held on to. Now a big kick through the middle of the ground. There's a number there, and he's taken the mark there. Anthony Hilbert. Inside 50, it dribbles towards Matthew Sharp, and he finishes off with a goal. Wonderful dribble kick to him, and Salisbury North get the first. It's Salisbury North 1 goal 1-7 to Port District 0 goals 1-1.
So Matty Sharp just read the ball going out the back there and kicked that winner. Famous winner against the Spockos just a couple of weeks ago. And he's got the Salisbury North faithful off to a flyer on the Kieran who gets the scoreboard, which is 1-1, 7-1 solitary behind. Still only early doors, opening term, but plenty to like from both teams. This is going to be a real arm wrestle today. Real wintry conditions here. Tough for football, and all the experienced campaigners will need to come to the plate this afternoon. Russo goes up early, lights it straight out of the ruck, thumps it inside forward 50, straight down Main Street, comes out the back, strong half goal, got to be holding the ball. No, held in, so great work there by Sharrod. Jeez, it was a great attack on the ball. Salisbury North will run the gauntlet where they need, and that was Fisher steaming out from that defensive post. Hay whacks it on the boot. Could come back with some interest. A strong mark by Harry Dwyer, unattended. Got plenty of time. Goes towards Ferns. Couldn't take the mark. Plenty of cavalry there for Salisbury North. They should clear out through O'Brien. Just pops one over the top. Dangerous one to Lawler, but Lawler's up to it. They go down the line. Oh, Kev, a little scoop on. Goes towards Sharp. Geez, it's a tough tussle there at half-back. a clean up here, Salisbury North, and they should find Lysett, Port District through the middle through Lysett to Haynes. Goes towards Gould, but it'll be intercepted well there by Lawler.
Yeah, great intercept mark there by Dean Lawler. Now who look to kick it to a 2v1, and obviously works in Port District's favour being the 2 there. They're screaming for it down his inner wing here. He's kicked it to a pack. No one could take a mark, but it's spilled at the back. But Salisbury North have the numbers. Here's McPhedran. It's checker-sided inside Port District's 50. Good bump there. Couldn't be paid on the ball because you can't off a hip and shoulder. Only a tackle will allow incorrect disposal. Good stoppage there. Tapped over the head now. Here comes the big man. Handballs it off to Callum Hay. Hay gets it to his teammate in Fensham inside 50. Wonderful pass. And that is gone to the man who kicked the first, Matthew Sharp. An opportunity to kick his second, the second of the match, and Salisbury North second as well. Directly in front. Winds dropped down a bit, Matt.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge. It's going to swirl around a lot today. Peter? Sharp line up for his second.
Matthew Sharp for his second goal. It'll be a fast start to the Hawks in wet conditions. Goals are very valuable today. And valuable that one is as they kick their second. The boys get around him. Salisbury North 2 goals, 1-13 to Port District. 0 goals, 1-1.
Big thank you to our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom RTC, High-Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archies, Jag Meatworks. Who will Jag the snag of the day? For Jag Meatworks, got a kilo of gourmet snags there from Arndale Shopping Centre. And Kimberley Resorts, big thank you also to Farmers Leap Winery down there at Pathway for the Coach of the Week award. And we know Rummer Ramsey's been in the running for this award before. And Lukey Harble's received one as well. So we'll go back to the middle. Plenty of action, and Sharp gets the 2 openers from the Kieran, who gets the scoreboard. Lysa gets the tap down, goes back for a second lick of the ice cream, goes in the direction of Sammy Gray, kicks it off the deck, right half forward. Need to be clean here, Salisbury North. Despite the conditions, they dish out. Young McPhedran, great work by the young man. Into the line-up this afternoon, the Central District permit player. Joey Haynes over the shoulder. Wow, clever mark. How's the body work? Might have been some interference. Umpire's seen it that way. Tell you what, he's a bit disgusted with the umpire, but in the prime position. They go back to Haynes. Drills one towards the top of the paint. Great mark by Sammy McKay. And another push.
Looked like a
shoulder. Hay will receive the free kick at left half back. He pops one over the top. Dangerous, gets drilled. And holding the ball. So calamity of errors from both sides. So Louis Sharrett. 55 from home, wheels and deals. Goes to the top towards Ferns. Couldn't take the mark. Needs some roving presence. They should clear here, Salisbury North. They go through Hocking. They go down the line in the direction of Tuck. He's pushed under the ball there. Some smart work by the defensive unit. Joey Haynes again to the top of the 50. They need a rover. They've got one on this occasion. Unfortunately, they couldn't team up with Carpin. It comes out to the big claw and danger, high voltage. What's the claw going to do? He's gone the fend off. Could have been holding the ball. Quick kick out of there by Gaffney towards the top of the paint. Ball just swirling around at ground level. Should be kept in and easily done there by Hocking. Does the old scud trick like the old man. Gets the 1-2. Looking for a bit of poke action. He goes up the middle. Aggressive kick. They need to get this off. Terrific work. They got one out the back. Sharp, smart footballer. He's already got 2. Top of the paint. The Cavalier rise. Some great work by Monizek, provided some assistance, and they should get out through Davidson.
Davidson now looking for an option, just kicks it in the middle. Risky kick, and it's cut off. Wonderful mark there by Constanzo, and he'll kick it towards the goals, but Salisbury North couldn't quite get a mark as Port District will come away with the footy in defence. Rain's starting to come down here in Salisbury North now, as goals are very valuable. Like I said before, Sharp has got 2. Salisbury North will look for their 3rd in a minute as they can go inside 50. Good handball at the back. Again, snap around the body, and they've got 3. Great start for Salisbury North.
Well, what a fantastic start by Sharp. He's lit up this Kieran gets a scoreboard. He's got 3 for 3. And he's got 3-1-19 to 1 point.
Yeah, Matthew Sharp's firing this season. 13 goals from 4 games before this. There's a good chance he could have kicked a few today. Already got 3, so...
Yeah, he actually came back into the lineup back in round 7. He kicked 6 goals in the Magoos in the reserves in round 6. So he's an interesting player. So we go back to the middle. Rucks go at it. Clawton giving the ruck assistance, but too easy for Lysett. Good kick out of there by Sharrod. Gets the clearance. Some smart body work. Just pulled off the ball there, McFedrin. They go off the deck. Desperate for a goal here, the district. Would he receive 3 on the Kieran gets a score? Well, they should. They've got a couple just mounting around this 5th. They do get the free kick. And it goes to Tommy Carter. So Carter will get the 25. There was a hive of the Hawks there, just standing around the mark. They didn't clear, and I think it was just too many players around the mark. And a smart football there. He just went back to his mark straight away. They were sitting ducks, and a sweet little 25 on top here for Tommy Carter. So Clawton will be the man on the mark. Clawton's only 25 from home. Carter had no issues with this. Straight in front, salute straight away. The district are off to a start. And they've led off the Kieran who gets a scoreboard for the first time this afternoon. Scoreboard 3-1-19, 1-1-7, 2 goals of difference. So just over 16 and a half minutes down this opening term. And I think this rain will set in for at least the next Uncle Arthur half an hour. So we'll keep a close eye on the rain map very shortly just to get a better understanding of what's on the forecast for this afternoon. Of course, the best on ground player today will receive the $50 Get the pineapple voucher to the Midway Hotel, and also the pair of Archies, the much sought after Archies. Peter Georgina, on call with Matt Gar this afternoon. Really sitting there, Pete.
Winning the tap there was Clawton for the Hawks. Rain's starting to get a bit heavier now here at Salisbury North Oval. Good bump by Gould from Port District, and it'll be a ball up in the middle of the field. Pretty much nearly identical to where the bounce was. One again there by Clawton. And struggling to get the football out. It goes the fend off there. Bastic from Salisbury North End. They can try and get the ball out the other side. Punches it to advantage is Dion Lawler. Now soccered away. Picked up there by Cooper Gaffney from Port District and bangs it out of there. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Was Thomas Carter. It spills in the outer wing. Big snapping ball and couldn't quite hold on to it. It's a wet footy out there. It's going to get slippery. Tackled there was Cooper Gaffney. And it should be a ball. There's a player down for Salisbury North. Just try to spot who that is. I believe it's Dion Lawler. Let's hope he's okay. The trainer's with him now, and another one runs onto the field. Meanwhile, at Salisbury North's goal square, there's another opportunity to score. To be a ball up. And we'll just keep an eye on Lawler there. There's two trainers are with him now. Looks to be coming off the field. He's walking, but he's limping at the same time. So see how he goes. Hopefully he's okay. Meanwhile, Salisbury North snap around the body and couldn't quite kick their fourth. There's an opportunity there by Costanzo.
So Haynes do the kick-in duties. Plays on immediately from that kick-out position. Geez, a long driving ball towards Sammy Gray. They've practiced that one before. Team's up with Rose, little 1-2. All the experienced campaigners on that far side. They go in the direction of Ferns. Another one with wealth of experience, some smart work at ground level. Great work there by Wagner. Geez, they're under the pump. There's plenty of ground work there by McKay. Lovely ball. They go out wide to Sharrod. Difficult angle for Sharrod. Will he look to square it up? He does. He's got one at the top of it. Goes towards Carter. One-hander. Lovely mark. Prime position, body on body. Juxtaposition 101. And Tommy Carter just put the claw out there.
Yeah, so
And Snaffle, that absolute ripper.
it was actually Jake Wagner that went off, and while he was coming off, he shook his head. So hopefully he's okay, but not looking good at the moment for him.
So Tommy Carter looking for 2 and 4 minutes. Deliberate approach. No issue with the distance or it's just a matter of accuracy, and he salutes for his second. Great work by Tommy Carter. And some excellent work on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard, which goes out to 3-2-20 to 2-1-13. 7-point margin, 20 minutes down opening term. Now, both teams having an excellent tussle at the moment. It's going to be a real wall of attrition out there. You can imagine that the midfields are going to be where it's won, but at the moment, if you look at it on paper, we've got the number 1 attacking team in Salisbury North taking on the number 1 defensive unit in Port District, and premierships are off the back of key defensive units, and a miserly defence at that, only conceding 380 points for the season thus far in their 7 games. And we're back to the action here.
Rocks go at it now. 1 down there by Clawton against Lyset. Inside 50, Salisbury North want to get revenge for that goal. Just kicked by Port District. Spills over the head of Nash Haynes. Snap around the body. It's another one. They've got 4. And that one kicked there by Anthony Hellebuck. As the rain starts to come down a bit more heavy now. Salisbury North 4 goals to 26 to Port District 2-1-13. 21 and a half minutes gone. We've got 3.5 minutes to go.
So Hellebuck kicks his 18th for the season. He's second on the leading goal kicking tally for the season for the Adelaide Footy League Division 1. Only Lenny Pascoe in front of him. So for a small forward, he's worth his weight in gold. But Rucks go back to the middle. Russo gets the tap. Loves a fight. He's up against Rice today. Goes to Carter. Got the sticky fingers, going for goal despite these conditions. That's tremendous form from both teams. Drilling ball, straight up Main Street. Could have been a free kick to McKay. Not given by the umpire. They clear here through Deacon. He's also back in the lineup. They run the ball coast to coast here, Salisbury North. They've got a really smart system, but it's Haynes who interferes with that. Oh, long one down. Oh, Carpeny with Pills one in as well with a bit of hang time. So talking to Kenny Carpeny before the game, he's lost 4 or 5 kilos in the off-season. Sizzle ball towards that far side. Keeps it in play. Carter again. He's had a ton of footy in this last 5 or so minutes. They go in board. Clever work to kick that back in board. There was Ferns. He's back for a second lick. Gets a tap on. Smart work by Ferns. Almost got their skates on. They go out wide. Nashville can't get it on his boot. Goes out the back. It has been touched. So it looked like I got a fingertip on the way through.
Yeah,
no goal of the week this week for the Nashville minus score. Margin back to 12 points on the Kieran against the scoreboard.
Yeah, one team claimed it was touch, the other one claimed it was a goal. So umpire's call was touch behind. It'll bring Port District get to 2-2-14. And just taking some time with the kick out now. They'll go in the middle of the ground. They've got numbers there and just got it away from Lyset. Now good tackle on Brody Tuck, and it's pushing it back. And with 1.5 minutes to go, Salisbury North will get an opportunity. High ball, and couldn't quite hold on to it. There was Port District as they can go inside 50 again now. Salisbury North. Little chip kick there by Adam Deacon. It spills out to O'Brien, handballs it to Clawton, and he gets caught, and it'll be a free kick to Port District. That'll be Motorstash with the ball, handballs it. 50 seconds remaining in this first term. Can Port District get one back here? They're 12 points down at the moment. It'll be, what's the umpire's called? It'll be spilled out the back. Now, number 39, Jack Ferns, gets the ball forward for Port District. Picked up by Samuel McKay. Very tight tussle for the footy. Is that in the back? It is. 25 seconds. To the 25-minute mark. Jack Ferns goes short to Logan Rose, who's played for Port District since he was a junior. Inside 50 ball. Lycett's there, couldn't quite get onto it. Now he's stolen it. Handballs it off to Gaffney. Handball is called, I think, a throw by the umpire. There's a free kick paid and it'll be Callum Hay.
So Hay, right back pocket, goes down the line, finds a target in Wilson. Fifth best last week, Wilson was a very busy bee. Goes to right in front of our broadcast position to Tyson Richard. Kicked that excellent goal in the third turn to get the Salisbury North Hawks back into the game. Big Lycett, the big Clydesdale man on the mark. Goes a long one down the line to Lycett's direct opponent, and Russo comes off hands and we'll have a boundary throw in at right half forward for Salisbury North. So been a goal for goal little fest there for about 5 to 7 minutes, but can there be a red time goal? Coach's nightmare if it is for either coach here. So a fair old wrestle at the old ground level. The ball's going to be down there for a fair amount of time this afternoon. Sammy Gray had plenty of it early. Goes to Coop Gaffney. Gets on that trusty left. Hay leads his opponent. McKay plays on. Great work by Hay. Opens that play right up. Probably won't be the 15 required. Costanzo gives it the kitchen sink. Goes to the left for a minor score. So 30 seconds is the call at ground level. 4-3-27 to 2-2-14. 13-point margin nearing into the quarter time siren.
Port District looking for an option now. Just take a bit of time as they can get numbers loose towards the outer wing. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Lycett picked it up but then fumbled. Sorry, Jack Ferns, and it'll be a boundary throw-in on the outer side. Thrown in. Not sure who won the tap. I think it was Russo. Try and get it forward for the Hawks. And that's called on the ball. Free kick to Port District. Not sure how long left, but 27.5 minutes gone in this first term. Port District down by 13 at the moment. Because it wasn't rewarded the mark. Jack Ferns. It'll be touched over the boundary line. Boundary throw-in. The umpire will throw it in now. Rosso and Lycett. Lycett gets the tap, and I think he gets a free as well. No, it's off the ball. It'll be Gray who will handball. Now they can go forward, Port District. A lot of numbers around that footy. No one could take a mark. Hay got a fist in. And there's the quarter time siren. Quarter time here at Salisbury North Oval. It is Salisbury North 4 goals 3-27. The Port District 2 goals 2-14. Salisbury North leading the way by 13 points at the moment. Goal kickers here: Matthew Sharp with 3, Hellebutt with 1 for Salisbury North, and for Port District 2 for Thomas Carter in that opening term.
Big thank you to our sponsors: Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom ORTC, High 5E Bikes, Starfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, and big thank you to Midway Hotel. The $50 voucher up for grabs this afternoon with the Archies. It's a 12-point margin at quarter time, a 13-point margin at quarter time in favour of Salisbury North, who have won every first quarter this season. We'll come back with the second quarter action after this break. Welcome back to the Salisbury North Oval for the round 8 game between the 4th placed on the ladder, Salisbury North, versus the top dog in Port District. Seen some of the Largs legends before the game, and they're super pumped to see how their boys go. First big test for some time for the district. And Salisbury North, after defeating the Spockos last week after the siren, or last game, they're out and about early. I'll tell you what, Matty Sharp continued on with his Sherry Blossom form, kicked the sealer and the goal after the siren against the Spockos. He's got 3 first quarter goals, and the quarter time score is 4-3-27 to 2-2-14. We'll go around the grounds. Glenunga 6-3 to 1-1 against Broadview away. The Rocks, Ross Trevor Old Collegian 3-3-21 to Golden Grove 1-3, so 12-point margin there. Moving along to the ground, we've got already here. So St. Peter's, this is the other big mouth-watering clash, the Spocko. St. Peter's 2-3-15. Sacred Heart 2 majors. So 3 points the margin there at the Caterer Oval. So plenty of action from around the grounds. And a big thank you again to our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, Archie's, Classic Caches, Custom RTC, Hi-5E Bikes, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. I think Lukey Harbour would be delighted with his charges. They got on the run early and pounced. And Peter Georginas, what did you see the first turn, mate, and how did you see the action play out?
Yeah, well, Salisbury North with a fast start were sharp with those first 3 goals, in fact. And Port District sort of, got together and made sure to get a goal back because they don't want the game to get out of hand, especially in conditions like this. If the rain keeps pouring, it's going to get harder and harder to play. So Port District got back into the game a little bit before back and forth goals between the two sides. So it's Salisbury North by 13 at the moment.
Premiership quarter.
At quarter time. This quarter is underway, the second quarter. The Rucks go at it. Lyset wins the tap down for Port District. Socket off the deck. Couldn't quite pick it up onto the cricket pitch. Now handballs away. It goes to Mitchell Gaffney. Now inside 50. Port District. It goes over the head of everyone. Couldn't quite get a hand onto it now. Port District can lose the football here. Picked up there by Cooper Wilson from the Hawks. And a great pass onto the boundary to Luke Hable. Hable will go to a 1v1 contest and he hasn't quite got the mark there. Murray Bastick, it scores with the fingertips. Now Socketer out there, good bump, picked up by Jack Gaffney. But a kick away there was Matthew Rose, high footy, and wasn't quite held onto by anyone. Now can try and get the ball out of here, Salisbury North, and they do. Handballs away, now down the outer wing. Kick towards a 1v1 contest. Wonderful body there by Brody Tuck. Bumps Milikata off the football now. Salisbury North can try and go forward. Couldn't quite get a hand on the football. Picked up there by Liam Modistash. It'll be... Is that pushing the back? It is. It'll be a free kick to Port District. Advantage is paid. They go down the other wing again. And he couldn't... And he takes the mark. Burns now goes towards the top of the 50. Couldn't quite get anything onto it. And it'll be over the boundary line by Cooper Gaffney.
So ball to be thrown in at left half forward for the district. Looking for the first goal. Second term. Tommy Carter getting 2 goals. Their only scorer. So shallow throw in. Lyset up to the occasion just to push down. They clear out the back. Get the clearance. Goes over all comers. Opportunist goal beckoning to Carpeny. Team's up there with Sammy Gray. Oh, has it gone through to the left-hand side for a minor score? So 4-3, plays 2-3, and we're 2 minutes down second turn.
Rain's starting to come a bit heavy now here at Salisbury North Oval. As they'll have the kick out. A little short one works to go to Costanzo. Now they can try and gain some more ground with this kick, and it goes to the outer side again. Lyset's there and gets the fist over the line. Beats Rosso to that contest. 2.5 minutes gone in this second term to start things off. It's been inside 50 at both ends of the ground. No team able to score at the moment. Lyset and Russo go at it. Lysett, beautiful tap. Now he's found a target, and inside 50 go Port District. Here's Callum Hay though, Salisbury North can cut it off. Now the chase is on, can he get him? Oh, wonderful sidestep by Cooper Wilson. Now they can try and go over the footy, Salisbury North. Jordan O'Brien, the skipper, takes the mark, kicks it short to Costanzo. Costanzo in the middle of the ground. Bouncing footy, wonderful pick up in the wet there was Matthew Sharp. He's already got 3 goals. And it's going to be holding the ball. Port District will get the football back here.
So great work there by the Nashville, mowed him down. Nash goes out wide looking for Lysett. Can he keep it in? With this last possession out of bounds, scoops it up, big scooter. They dish off. Gaffney's inside forward 50 to Sammy Gray. Lovely little mark. Jeez, he's built for this occasion. Loves the wet. And he's already had his nose in the trough in the midfield. Now he's going up forward looking for a snag. And can he get our Jag Meatworks snag of the day? As experienced as anyone in this league. Sammy Gray with a 96 games for the Power. 7 for the Sydney Swans. Or just pokes one to a dangerous position. Mark there. Couldn't quite get it to his target. And unfortunately Niskus, geez, he stood out there. It's a wonderful pass, just the vision. Confused everyone, but just couldn't quite pull it off. And despite the conditions, but I love this now. The more rain, the better here for the district.
Boundary throw-in, close to the goals of Port District. Russo wins the tap. It's a tough footy to be won on the ground, but Port District get it out of there. Snapping ball from Mitchell Gaffney. Now it's inside the goal square. Can anyone get a boot to the ball? Not quite. Hey, he's played really well today defensively, hasn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he certainly has. So, hey, been best player in 4 or 7 games this year. Just provides so much strength down there. The rock of Gibraltar for the Salisbury North defence. Harble goes to the pocket. Lovely kick. And finds young Blake McFedrin. Best player in the grand final last year, young McFedrin. Goes towards Russo. Too strong for Haynes. Coming up to this occasion. Good work. He pokes one over the top towards Costanzo. Goes off the deck. Uses a bit of soccer magic. They go off the deck again. Matty Sharp. Can he wheel and deal and weave some magic? He goes back. They're in trouble. Goes back to Sharp. Whacks it on the boot. Oh, too narrow for a minus score. Sorry, Hallabout there. Hallabout and Sharp do get confused with the boots. So Hallabout always kicking his 19th for the season.
Joseph Haynes will take the kick out now for Port District. And making the change now. Harry Dwyer's coming on. He'll run straight to the middle now. Focusing on the footy. Goes over everyone's head. A big kick from full back. Nishkis couldn't quite get onto it. The vice captain. It's socketed straight out the full. And it'll be a free kick to Port District. At the outer side of the ground. Takes his time. Plays on now. Contest emerging for the football. Picked up there by Jack Ferns. And it's going to be over the boundary line again. A lot of stoppages in this quarter, Matt. And there's a player down. I'll just have a look to see who that is. And the umpire will, I think, stop play here.
I think you're right there, Peter Georginas. It's good that they're holding up play right in the direct traffic. So seems like he's okay. Runner's got him to his feet. And the boundary's throw in. So Russo, Lysett, shallow throw in. She's got rid of all of them. Cleaned out the back. Goes off the ground. Need to be clean here. Strong tackle by Ferns. Goes for a second effort. Might have given away the free kick, and it might not have been him either. Could have been Niskus that gave away the free kick. So they've got a couple on a little switch out wide here towards our Brookhouse side. Ignore those targets. Goes longer. Some good body work, but smart work at ground level there by Miller Carter. They could turn it over. Got one on at the top of the paint. Smart work. Joey Brown, get on down, get on up, goes to the top of the square. High fly by Hellabout. And punched over the line there by Joey Haynes and co. And he'll have a kick in there by the great man who's been thumping him out of the goal square this afternoon.
And he'll thump another one. This time on the other side. Wonderful pass. How about that? Finds Dwyer on the chest. And from 2 kicks, now they're inside 50. And couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Wonderful effort there by Mackay.
Oh!
And it's gone through. How about that? Wonderful goal. From Danoff, from Port District.
Yeah, that's an absolute pearler by Danoff. Geez, you see these sort of goals on an AFL game a few times a week, and that's a high calibre goal. And he'd be delighted with that, Danoff. Breakout season in the 2023 campaign for Alex Danoff. And slots through his first.
The wet turf might have helped with that one a little
Oh,
bit.
certainly did. Just chimed it in nice. And a 7-point margin. So it is game on here. So Clawton into the ruck against Lycett. A couple of heavyweights. Lycett wins that one pretty convincingly. Whacks it on the left boot that was so famous during the finals campaign last year. It's a foot race at ground level. Smart tackling. And the pressure meter just starting to rise here for the district. And the kicking into gear. So we're almost 10 minutes down, second term. Kieran gets the score by 29-22, 7-point margin. Next goal to the district and make it very, very interesting. They get the quick kick out of that Quagmire, comes out the back. Hay. Smart work by Hay. Oh, he's put his teammate under duress. Hay goes off the deck. Needs to fight back. Almost goes the rugby try over the line. And the umpire says, it's still in.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks
He did the old pretend trick that he got it over the boundary line.
No, it looked in from here, and then the umpire was on the fence about calling it, and then they didn't, so it would still play on. So
sneaky sound system there by Hay. Anyway, Rucks go at it. Carpenter, can he pick it up? Decides to puddle it along the ground. Held up in the tackle. Geez, here's a slippery cake of soap. Umpire smartly says, my ball. Yeah, it's very hard to see the 50-metre line, Peter Georginas, but it looks like about 35 from home here for the district.
See what they can do, as it'll be another ball up, this time getting a bit closer on the angles towards the centre of the goals. Rucking is Sherrard, the captain for Port District. Salisbury North clear air there with a tumble punt, high footy. Hard to mark those in the wet, especially when the rain gets into your eyes. Tapped on there. No one can quite get a clean possession. Oh, big hit on his leg. He kicked the ball. I think he kicked a leg as well. He got caught one in the shin. Hopefully he's okay. He kicked inside 50 for Port District. A chance to get their fourth. It'll be a free kick to Salisbury North, however, as they will take the footy back. 11.5 minutes gone. It's Salisbury North 4 goals 5-29. The Port District 3 goals 4-22. 7-point leaders at the moment, and not the best of kicks. However, it'll be kept into his grasp with Clawton. Now kicked inside 50 for Port District. Couldn't quite get a hand onto it. It's picked up there by Thomas Carter. It's the crowd want on the ball. They didn't quite get it. Picked up by Jack Ferns. Wonderful contest. It's a free kick though, been paid, and the Port District players, they can't believe it, especially Harry Dwyer. And it'll be Callum Hay once again.
So Hay just nestled up against his own goal square. Got a few options on. Comes out towards our broadcast side. He just fools everyone, goes to Clawton on the short 45. So Clawton, first mark for the day for the big man. It's almost gone the complete kit this afternoon. Got the double knee brace. Lovely looking kick to our broadcast position. Tuck, flies early. And somehow there was a push out there. Anyway, free kick to Adam Deacon into the lineup. Oh, it could have been 25 because Louis Sharrett come into that marking contest. Hellabout goes off the deck, couldn't get anything on it. Coop Gaffney Mops up. He's done that hundreds of times before. They've got Benny Gould on the wing. Can they get it to him? He's wrapped up immediately.
That's last touch.
And if that's last touch, they should have been out, but it was deflected at the last second there.
I think he handballed it and it bounced over the line, but
yeah,
it was accidental.
I think it's deflected by Todd Pearce. So Russo, Lysett, a couple of experienced campaigners go at it. Kenny Carpenter gets the clearance. Nice body work there by Bastic. On head high there. And the umpire says holding the ball. So a bit unlucky. He did get him high, but at the same time took him in the midriff. And a lovely work there by Tommy Carter. So Carter goes down the line to Sharrod. Excessive body contact in the back there of Hocking. And it'll be a free kick there to young Tyrrell Hocking, son of Eddie Hocking, famous Central District and Adelaide Crows product. So young Tyrrell Hocking played for 5 clubs in 5 years from 2019 to 2023. Goes down the line, lights it in the hole. Got a little nudge from Russo. He's up to the occasion, the big man. Hand pass out wide there by Miller Carter, just looking for some space and some freedom. Benny Gould, does he keep it in? No, he can't. He'll have a bandage throw in. At left half forward for Salisbury North. As we're 14 minutes down in this second term, 7-point margin in favour of the home team.
Claughton and Lysett will go at it. Claughton was facing the wrong way, and Lysett will get the free for that. I think it was because it was a block.
Yeah, a little bit of dumb tomfoolery there, I think, from Claughton.
That's 25 because he didn't kick it straight to Lysett.
No, and that's very undisciplined. They gave away a few of these in their previous game against St. Peter's. Didn't come back to bite them.
Big kick there from Joseph Haynes. Now, in the 59, could take a mark. Salisbury North can get it back to where it was before, through the middle of the ground. Now they go out the other side. They've got numbers. They've got one inside 50 as well. They've got Jacob Russo, the ruckman, in there. Now they man up on him, though. Kick inside 50. There's a contest in the pocket, 2v2. No one can get a hand to it. A mark, sorry. As it'll be a struggle for this footy to get it out, and it'll be a ball up. Not a lot of scoring done in this quarter, Matt.
No, we only got the one goal from Salisbury North. And so 2 points to Salisbury North and 1 goal to the district. So quick kick to the hot spot. Anyone home? Difficult kick to mark. So Louis Sharrod just pumps it out of his defensive 50. He's got a number on that far side. Lovely mark. They're keen to get it on. Go down the line to a one-on-one. Terrific work at ground level. Just patters it along the ground. Probably gains of 15 there. Sammy Gray comes through. Jeez, he almost pulverised himself into the fence line, giving away the last possession. So Claughton gets it on the 45. Be busy this last 5 minutes, giving Russo a chop out, and goes to Hay, also on a 45. So true centre back there, Hay. He switches play again to Bastic. So Bastic comes out towards our broadcast position. Lovely looking kick to the captain, Geordie O'Brien, who's had an impressive campaign this season as well in the Division 1 company. Lovely kick to Tyson Richard. A wobbler inside forward 50, coming out with the Dukes. There's Big Russo. Is he too far out from home? No one in the square. He could go the kitchen sink. So just getting a message from the bench.
You reckon he's got the distance?
Interesting. It's a left to right win here. Russo would know these pockets like no other on the ground. Finds a target. Goes to Chisler. Coop Gaffney interferes. Got one for his that he shouldn't have bargained for. Got a nice little sprig in the back of the neck, and lucky he's got a decent flock of hair. He'll be able to handle that one. So ball will be thrown in. 25 from home for the Salisbury North Footy Club. Desperate for a goal. Next goal make it very interesting either way. Russo commands front position. Lysett just peels him off. Double banger there. He's still going, Lysett. Got some front on contact. It could be done. Umpire keeps his whistle. Ferns goes off the deck. Geez, he's a tough pill at the moment. The pressure meter just starting to rise nicely as we head toward the 18-metre mark of this second term.
Yeah, these two teams are getting more contested. It's getting harder and harder to score. So should be a good game. Two teams in the top 5, first versus fourth. At the moment, that could have been higher. It wasn't paid on Tyrell Hocking from Salisbury North, and they'll get him up shortly. He's got a few players on top of him. Lysett and Russo. Russo will want to get this one inside 50. Lysett just got a backhand on it. And is that in the back? No, it wasn't paid in the back. Now Salisbury North couldn't pick it up. There was Bastic, but they can bomb it out of their barrel. It's going to bounce high. Good, wonderful fist there to get it to Clawton. Wonderfully done by the young man McFedrin. It'll be a ball up, however. It'll be Clawton and Lysett. And is that a free kick? It wasn't paid. Wonderful tap to Lysett. The guy who does the tapping got tapped too. And it'll be a throw in.
So ball to be thrown at true centre wing. Next goal could be crucial for Kieran, who gets his scoreboard dried up this second term. Good tap by big Scotty Lysett. Goes towards Ferns. Had a steam up. Cooper Gaffney in a good one-on-one. Too smart there, Pearce. Goes towards Tuck. Needs to be clean. Wasn't. Turned over. So Gaffney, the quarterback, just banks it. A big long one as far as he could. Good contest there by O'Brien. He won't give up, the courageous captain. Sharrod's got a run there. Just needs to straighten. A little bit of heat on that hand pass. Salisbury North under a huge amount of duress. Clever little kick. And through for a minor score. Jeez, that was close.
Yeah, just want to say, great effort from Mitchell Gaffney there. He was getting tackled and it looked like he wouldn't get a kick to it, and he did, and it went straight to a teammate as well. Wonderfully done there by Mitchell Gaffney from Port District. Now, Salisbury North will come out the other side of the ground. They'd want their first of the quarter. It's only a goal in it at the moment. 4-5-29 to 3-5-23. 20 minutes gone now in this second quarter. It spills off the hands of Jacob Russo. It'll be a boundary throw-in once again. And there's been a whistle. I think that's just going to call for time off now. It'll be Clawton and Castan and Mackay, for the Rucks as they dribble it forward, Port District, and it'll be hit over the boundary line. Again, a lot of boundary throw-ins on that outer side, Matt.
Yeah, it certainly is, and wind favouring that side. Suspect plenty of the second half will be over that side as well.
It'll be Clawton and Mackay again. Clawton wins the tap for the Hawks. Kicked and couldn't quite hold on to it there. It was Bastic. Now they can clear the footy though, Salisbury North. It's going to fall in front of him and he's got pressure on him. Ran to him, was Gould. Picked up by Sherrard, the captain. Kicks it inside 50. Was it going to stay in play? He keeps it in there. Company, but slips over the boundary line. And it'll be a boundary throw-in. Better than giving away a free kick. However, in that, and he wasn't happy with it. Company slipped over.
Kenny Carpenter got a shocking fickle bounce there and disgusted with himself and the ball as he slipped over right in front of the Salisbury North faithful. Ball thrown in, dangerous position. Can they snag a goal here? Oh, lovely work from nowhere. Lovely goal to Jack Gaffney, and that's an opportunist goal, as good as you'll see this afternoon in this clash, and a little Jag Meatworks contender for the goal, for the snag of the day. And he's, tell you what, he missed round 2 and 3. He's played the past 4 games in the former South Australian under-18 rep, 52 games for the Woodville West Torrens Eagles in the league team. He just got a wealth of experience and made that look pretty easy, and they'd be a little bit unhappy with the undisciplined not getting enough attention there at that clearance.
It'll be a level game now, 4 goals, 5-29 apiece here in the second quarter into time on 22.5 minutes gone as Port District can flip their way back into this contest. It's hard to get goals at the moment, and Port District are doing really well in this quarter, kicking 2 goals, and socket out of there now. Picked up, it was a struggle, but he still did well. was Benjamin Gould from Port District. Now Port District want to go and get back-to-back goals here. Wonderful kick over the top. It falls into the hands of Davidson. Davidson gets a handball away to Danoff. Danoff inside 50, and Lysette was beaten there. It'll be a 2v1 contest in the end, and Salisbury North will take the footy back. Joey Brown gets the mark, and he'll kick now, coming towards us up at the commentary box again. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Was Todd Pearce from the Hawks, but they cleared the ball anyway. 1v1 contest. Did well there. From Port District was Kenneth Carpeny, who slipped over before. Now picked up by Costanzo. Wonderful kick into the middle of the ground to find Brody Tuck. And Salisbury North can go down the other end now, other wing, and potentially score. They've got to find the lead inside the 50. Short, low-driven pass. And they want to get numbers in there now. Port District want to get numbers back. Can he find a mark inside 50? High footy. Is there one there? No, he spills through the fingertips. Almost taken there by Brody Tuck, and he's not happy. He feels if he should have got that one. To his credit, though, it's a bit hard with a slippery ball. However, he thought he should have done better. Now, still a chance for Salisbury North to score. Tapped down by Russo. It's cleared out of there by Port District, but how convincing is it? Not very, as it'll trickle over into the boundary line. It's going to have to be taken. It is by Cooper Wilson. It was thinking about waiting for it to go over the line, and it did eventually. Cooper Wilson now is going to send it back in the 50 for the Hawks. Can they have a mark this time? It's... oh, is that taken? No. Snap around the body, however, by Clawton. And it's a behind, and Salisbury North didn't get the score that they wanted there, Matt.
No, they didn't. So the coaching box got the Country Living Homes sign out. Must be run and gun. So we're almost 25 minutes down. Cooper Gaffney right in front of the district coaching staff. That should be 25. He's come in from the mark, not seen. Tommy Carter, nice little glover. He's got one out the back, and Ferns goes in that direction. Will it be chipped off? Ferns couldn't hold the mark. They clear out. They go through Costanzo. Not the 15 required. Didn't hear the umpire's call. This won't be 15 either. And Tommy Carter's brought to ground by Geordie O'Brien. They will have a ball up. True centre wing on our broadcast side. So Russo up against McKay. Russo gets the tap. Gould taken down. Holds on, and Gaffney just whacks it on the boot, and a foot race for Carpenter. He just got it on his convenient side. Couldn't hold on there. Carpenter's gone to ground again. They go out the back, some smart work there by the young fella, and they find themselves with Wilson in ball in hand. So McFedrin just showing a wealth of experience in that contest. He was the best player in the grand final last year for Salisbury North. Young fella with a 9 Guernsey. And he's made a great start in this first half. So the ball should go out that far side. Lovely mark in the end. So Cooper Gaffney, the ever-reliable, goes long one. A centralised position. Need a mark. Need some crummers, more importantly. Ball comes to ground. Ball held up. They've got a couple out the back there. Just need to get it out to them. And ball should be held. Oh, juggled around. Umpire gives all comers the benefit of the doubt. We'll have a ball up at left half forward here. And could there be one last goal in this opening half? 1 point the margin on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard.
And at 1 point is favouring Salisbury North at the moment. And there's the sign for half-time here at Salisbury North. Over the score is Salisbury North 4 goals 6:30 to Port District 4 goals 5:29. And we've got what is a close clash at the moment at half-time. Two teams in the top 5, just one game separates them. Port District top of the ladder at the moment. Salisbury North in 4th place. And very good contest between the two sides. It broke even at 1 point, and Salisbury North with that behind from Clawton at the end. How'd you see that first half, Matt?
Yeah, brilliant first half. Both teams will be pretty happy with their charges. It's going to be a war of attrition out there. There will be some injuries. There will be some cramp. There will be some sore and sorry boys once they walk off the Salisbury North deck in an hour or so time. But we'll quickly go around the grounds before we go to the break. And we got Golonga up by 23 points as live as we go. So these are all live scores. Golden Grove come back strongly in the second term. They're out to a 26-point league away against Ross Trevorrow Collegians. The PAC boys, 3 points the margin over Payneham and Ord Union. And the final game is St Peter's versus Sacred Heart. It is 5-6, 36 to 3-1, 19. So 17 points the margin there at the Caterer Oval. We're going to bring back the second half action here between Salisbury North and Port District. 1 point the margin at half time. We've got a nail biter on our hands. We'll bring back all the second half action after the break.
The moments of the season, last game, slotting the winner after the siren to beat St Peter's by a point, and now rolling into a blockbuster clash against the reigning premiers Port District. True test for last year's Division 2 runners-up, who stepped up to Division 1 without fear and have barely put a foot in the wrong direction, their biggest loss being only 4 points. Port District, meanwhile, no strangers to the big stage. They're the reigning premiers with flags in 22 and 24 and are sitting at the top of the ladder once again, and it's about to start the second half here at Salisbury North Oval. It is Salisbury North 4 goals, 6:30. The Port District's 4-5. 29 here at Salisbury North Oval. So a top 4 clash at the moment, top 5 I should say, first versus fourth. And Salisbury North get the first clearance of the second half, and straight out the middle, straight away. They have a shot on goal, but it's a behind.
So clean set of hills there by Costanzo. Geez, that would have been a ripper to get the second half underway on the Kieran gets his scoreboard. So Joey Haynes plays on from that kick-out position. Geez, he's got a lot of depth there, and he's got another one out to Sammy Gray. Remarkable kicking out and methodical at that. String of hand passes through the Nashvilles. Scotty Lycett with the glue on the fingers. They've started well here, Dianoff. They've got another one on. They've got Jack Gaffney on that flank. They go more centralised. Smart kick. Finds Matty Rose. Wealth of experience. Particularly as a South Australian player and South Adelaide captain. Smart bodywork and push was seen by the umpire. Been a great tussle between Hay and McKay. Real battle of the heavyweights, and it's Callum Hay who gets the free kick, goes back to the goal mouth to Lukey Harble. Players really acutely aware of that goal square infringement now, giving away at 25, so Harble nestled up against the boundary line, goes out to the far side looking for Russo. Mouth-watering contest up to Ruck Jewell. They go up the ground there, Matty Rose, back for a second lick of the ice cream through the tackling department, and he's racking up some Supercoach points, and the ball will be thrown up right on the paint here for Port District.
Yeah, just a very good contest at the moment. Lycett taps it down. No one in particular from his side of Port District. Now Sam Gray couldn't quite get the hands on the ball as it socked away from him. Picked up though by Joseph Haynes as he'll kick it to the ruckman Scotty Lycett, who's got a arm over the shoulder there. That's got to be a risky opportunity to play on. Got the tackle away. Now Salisbury North can get the ball out of there. Big barrel through the middle of the ground, but couldn't quite hold on to it there. Was Moody Stash, but good use of the body. Back inside 50, the Salisbury North, and Moody Stash gets the ball away with a hand pass, and now it's a 1v1 contest. Use the body well with both players. Picked up here by Dianoff. Good hit. Now it's still in play. Now it's trickled over the boundary line by Fensom, who will take it over, and an opportunity for either side to clear it here, favouring Port District's 50 a little more. Now the two rucks will go at it, and it's come off the foot of Russo there. Inside 50 for Port District though, however held on to by Luke Hable on the arc of the 50, and Hable is going to look for an option down the line, just waiting for something. Who's going to have a go at this? It was Russo. Couldn't quite hold on to it though. Good tackle. Drove him into the floor with Mitchell Gaffney. Now hanging on there. It was the correct call by the umpire on Alex Dianoff, and Port District get the free kick now. Dianoff, chance to go inside 50. Doesn't want to waste any time. He's trying to find it. Umpire says to get on the line of the mark. Umpire calls for time on now. He's got Benjamin Gould on his own there. Risky kick though if he doesn't quite hit it. He goes to the top of the goal square. Scotty Lycett's there. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Wonderfully done there by Callum Hay. Used the body really well. Salisbury North trying to get out of there. Big hit there. Wasn't rewarded a free kick for that. I think you got a better view on that one than I did, Matt.
Yeah, you got clipped there, young Wilson. And ball will be thrown up, 30 from home. The Port District pressing hard, need the opening goal. Oh, could have been there. Jeez, hot potato off the ground, but just a minor score. And clever work in there by Deacon, going the kick through the opposition's goals. So we'll have Hay to do the kick-in duties. As we mentioned earlier, 4 out of the 7 games been amongst the best players. He's a steam-trained rock and Gibraltar type. Goes with a long ball, searching. That's a falcon if you've ever seen one. Geordie O'Brien just pokes one. Needed to necessarily just get it away more than anything. The Nashville charges through. Good work through there. Slicer. Lovely ball by Miller Carter. And go back to Sharrod. So Matty Rose goes wider. Lovely kick and finds Tommy Carter. So Tommy Carter, 2 goals in the opening quarter. Lovely delivery. Oh, beautiful mark in the end to Jason Niskus. And Niskus, clever mark using a wealth of experience there. And Niskus missing round 1. It's played between round 2 and 7 though. 71 games for Porto. Looks like he's going to go the left foot snapper. Difficult kick. Pretty shallow pockets here. So Niskus, tumble punt. He's happy with it. Salutes to the Largs legends. And they're off to the races here with the opening goal of this second half. And Niskus. So Niskus, beautiful kick on goal. Plenty of experience here for the Port District Footy Club. Former state representative at this amateur level. And 167 games, 94 goals now. Been amongst the best players almost 50 occasions. What an experienced campaigner and a delightful goal on the Kieran who gets a scoreboard as the district hit the lead for the first time this afternoon. 5 points the margin. We're almost 6 minutes down. Premiership quarter.
Premiership quarter it is, and both teams will want to get the advantage in this quarter. Goes to Sharrod, the captain. They can get it out of there. Good kick to Thomas Carter. He's already got 2 goals this afternoon. Looks good handball there, and they're going to look for another one here. Port District. Wonderful short pass to go to Matthew Rose. Matthew Rose, big high footy in the square. Oh, he slipped over, couldn't quite hold on to it. It was Jack Ferns, and it'll be a behind, and it'll bring the scores to 5-7-37 to Salisbury North, 4-7-31. 6-point leaders. Port District are up by a goal at the moment, and the Salisbury North will look to get it out of the back 50 now. Wonderful pass. He finds Jacob Russo on the chest. Russo thought about going short. Now second guessed his option. Umpire tells him to move it on now. He does a wonderful smother. Wonderfully done by Benjamin Gould. And now there's panic stations all over the place, and Gould gets up, gets the tackle straight on Russo. He wants to make an impact for that smother. He wants to make it count. Now it's starting to get very contested. Soccer off the deck. Now it works in Port District's favour. Handball for Ndino. And he goes back to Gould. And Gould's been all over the field. He's got bumped off that one over the boundary line. Wonderful smother from Gould. Kept going. Second and third efforts. And now back inside 50 for Port District.
So experience shown by McFedrin. And could have given away a free kick. Geez, he's got years of experience under his belt for someone so young. And ball thrown in. 45 from home here for the district. Pressing hard. Level heads and experience starting to mount here for the district. And they're starting to get their systematic groove on. So next goal, very interesting for either side. Good tap there by Russo. Gets the clearing ball. Cooper Gaffney sidesteps a couple of would-be tacklers. There's your Jag Meatweek's goal of the day. What a wonderful goal there from Cooper Gaffney. And temper's starting to flare. There's a couple of little spot fires out there. And it is game on here. So Cooper Gaffney with an absolute belter.
There's 3 Gaffney boys out there today, so from Port District, Jack, Mitchell and Cooper. And as Matt pointed out before, that would be goal of the day. A wonderful sidestep and got it straight through the big sticks. And now Port District up by 12. They've got a little bit of advantage in this game. The wind's dropped off a bit, however, still could make an impact. It'll be in the ruck again, Lyset and Russo. Russo won the tap, but Port District won the ball. Now, running onto it is Cooper Wilson. Wilson, and they snap out of there. Port District, they can. Joey Brown now goes a long ball inside 50. It works. It spills off a fumble. Now inside 50, bouncing footy. Going to be hard to pick this one up. Slips over. Got a handball away. Port District missed the handball of Moustache. Now they can clear towards this wing towards us now. It's tapped to his advantage. He falls over though. Wonderfully done by Benjamin Gould, however, unlucky to slip over it. Is it wanting a free kick, didn't quite get it though. And now wonderful spoil there, picked up, and Port District, bang! That's a big hit. As the umpire said, it's all legal, snap around the body by Niskus. But it's gone straight back to Salisbury North. Takes a man on. There was Jacob Russo. Coughed it up. Picked up now by Harry Dwyer. And there's a whistle been paid on the ball. It'll be a free kick to Salisbury North. And Salisbury North really need this goal. 10 minutes gone in this third term. They're down by 12. Kicked it there. Lawler just missing the 50. It'll be a boundary throw-in.
So great work there. Welcome Tommy Javor to the commentary position, the great man.
Might need to take that off so we can...
We might have to share this one, Tommy. So, Tommy Javor, welcome to the commentary position.
Absolute pleasure to be here, Matty Gale. Best in the business, calling the game. And welcome, Tommy. How are you going? Nice to meet you, mate. And I'll let you do some calling, mate.
All right, so back to the action. And Sammy Carter will usher this ball over the line with Geordie O'Brien, a couple of superstars of the Adelaide Football League Division 1. And Salisbury North, if there's ever need for a crucial goal and some inspiration from somewhere, it is right now. Shallow throw in. Lysett just pokes it. The big claw. Can he deliver some magic? It will go. Oh, it's kept in play. Russo with a great attack on the ball. Still look, well, there's a player down here. And I think the umpire's found a free kick, and that is Joey Haynes. So nestled up in the left back pocket, plays on. He's kicked some thumping kicks out of that defensive line this afternoon. Well done by Wilson. Fantastic one-on-one. He's got one on short. Goes more centralised. Chisler couldn't take the mark. They need some mopping up here. Gaffney does exactly that. Clears the ball. And they get the... Oh, there should have been a little turnover here. They've got another chance to redeem themselves here, the Hawks. Goes towards Russo. Great attack on the pill. Fantastic, inspirational stuff. Claughton just got blindfolded there and wrapped up 40 metres from home. Geez, the pressure meter is not only on the ground but in the commentary box as well. Tommy Javor.
How good is this game of footy? Div 1 footy at its finest. The skills on show. Port District are the measuring stick, and at the moment we just need one desperately to get back in this game.
So some great work there. Hustle out from Constanzo. Gives to Bastic. Just a left-over one over the shoulder. Matty Rowe should get the clearing kick to a one-on-one as the commentary box is starting to leak. We might get to get the paddles out in the last quarter and bring up Noah, because Noah's Ark might be on the speed dial. Back to the action. Some great work there at ground level. Little snapper finds Dwyer. Fantastic start to the clash. It's on that far side there. So it goes one down the line. No mark taken. Geez, there's getting that systematic game on. Nothing but fresh air up. Oh, could have been on too long. And deflected and over the boundary line.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, just shared lunch with the Port District Committee. What a great club. How well set up are they? And then as I come out, who do I see? Cooper Gaffney just slotting one from 50. My man crush, my favourite footballer from another team. What a star he is.
Jag Meatworks goal of the day. Scotty Lysett takes it straight out of the ruck, being very crucial in this clash. They go to the hot spot. Gaffney couldn't take the mark, and it's punched away there from Mitchell. They'll have a boundary throw in about 15 from home there for the district.
Yeah, chance for Port District to kick another goal. That'll be their 7th of the match. They're up by 12 at the moment. The umpire has jumped the fence here. He's got to cross the road to get that footy. It will take a bit of time off as they...
I'm going to say the commentary box is leaking...
Yeah,
terribly. Yeah,
I'll just jump in and say goodbye if that's right, mate.
Yeah,
I just want to remind everyone, don't forget to tune in to Between the Posts tomorrow on with Div 3 expert Alex Coots, who's replaced you, mate, because of your busy workload. And let's hope Salisbury North can keep at it and we can have a close finish. Thanks for having me, guys, and come in for a beer after.
Snapped around the body for Port District. In the square is Thomas Carter, and he couldn't quite capitalise on the opportunity to score. It'll be, again, Callum Hay, and that kick was a bullet straight in the middle, and it goes to Clawton. The big claw, as you said, Matt. Now, Ian Lawler gets the ball, goes back to Hayes, progressed up the field well, handballs backwards, smothered again. Oh, wonderfully done. And he's going to let him know about it too. Sherrard, wonderful smother there. Boundary thrown. 14 minutes gone here in this third term. Lysett back in the ruck for Port District. Doesn't quite win the tap, but Port District win the ball. Over everyone's head. Now, there's a foot race for the ball. Sherrod's going to get the tackle on the young man McVernon. He's going to be rewarded for holding the ball. And Lewis Sherrod, the skipper, is going to have an opportunity here. He might be a bit too far out. He's playing ball at short. Play on. Now kick wonderfully done. No one is on that man out there. And Port District can go once again and held on to it. It should have been a mark, I think, to Carpeney. And the rain is coming down heavy now, and if the commentary box was leaking now, it's going to be flooded. Whew. As he has rewarded the mark, Carpeney. It'll be a shot, and a very difficult shot here. Deep, deep in the pocket. Rain's coming down hard. Carpeney with an opportunity to put Port District 3 goals up. It'll be a crucial goal, and he's made the goal umpire work, and it's behind. So Port District now 6-9-45 to Salisbury North 4-7-31, 15.5 minutes gone in this third term.
So Premiership quarter, game up for grabs. It's going to be a war of attrition, as we mentioned pre-game. Game high 14-point margin in favour of the district. 2022-2024 premiers. So Harble plays on, given that allowance to drive one out of his defensive 50. They've got one out the back, so they clear on. So good at moving at all costs. Long driving ball. Need some pressure at ground level. There's the Nashville. Mops up. They dish off. Need a mark on that far side. Geez, a great attempt. You can hardly see the ball inside forward 50 as it goes in. Goes towards Pearce. Needs to be clean. So that is hell about. My 47-year-old eyesight just starting to get the better of me without the support screen this afternoon. We've got more important fish to fry, which is including keeping ourselves dry in the commentary box. So ball thrown again. Salisbury North get one against the grain. Port District have had control of this third term thus far. Smart work by Lycett, gets along the ground towards Joey Haynes, and ball trickles off him and is deflected out of play. 60 from home for Salisbury North. Desperate for a goal would be an understatement. So Coach Ramsey in charge, and been in this position before. Well, they'll flex their muscles. Lycett, another big thump. Gets a clear, almost worth a kick, that one from Scotty Lycett. Carpeney strong tackling. And imagine that ball's going to be on deck for 90% of this game. And when it's not, it's going to be Scotty Lycett and Jacob Russo doing the action. Both big men having a very good start to this clash. So Hocking, can he pick it up? Needs to be clean. Dishes out the back. Harble deflected off him. Great work by Sammy Gray. They're gaining yardage here, and important yardage at that, the district. And we'll have a throw in at right half forward here for the district, who are getting themselves geared up for a huge second half. More desperate the better. They love this situation.
They'll be thrown in. The two big men, Claughton and Lycett, go at it. Lycett pulled off of it. Wasn't rewarded a free kick. It'll be a ball up now. The umpire initially called play it on, and then he decided it was the best decision in the end. And now he'll pick up the footy now, the umpire. Back with Claughton and Lycett. Again, Lycett just takes it out of the ruck, but his kick was cut off. Now, in the middle, a big kick from one end to the other, almost. And now, can he pick it up? He can. Brody Tuck, he hasn't quite. And it's a slippery footy out there. No one can get a clean hand on it. It'll be a throw-in right near the supporters at the club rooms at Salisbury North, as they'll be keeping warm down there. It'll be thrown in, a chance for Salisbury North to get one back. They desperately need it. 14 points down at the moment in a quarter, which could define the match. Lycett's handball was got to the opposition. Massive snap from 50. How about that? Salisbury North, right when I said they needed a goal, deliver.
I think that's Matty Sharp with his fourth. Running towards our boundary line here. Right in front of us. No, that is Hellabout. So very hard to get them together. So Hellabout with 2, Sharp with 3. And the margin brought back to 8 points on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard.
How about that snap? That was a massive kick.
So that's Salisbury North's first goal since the opening term. 13-point lead at quarter time. 1 point as they ate the Oranges at half time, and it is back to a 8-point margin for Kieran who gets it. Scotty Lysett goes up early. He's gone into overdrive, big scooter. They go off the deck through Sharrod, gets the clearance, foot race on. Some smart work off the deck. Good work there by Joey Haynes. And they've clawed it in towards him. Can't get rid of it. No opportunity. So all the big game players standing up in this third term. Courage, desperation required. Lysett grabs it out of the ruck. O'Brien snatches it away. Quick kick. 2-on-1. Falcons involved everywhere. Gaffney. Sammy Gray. Beautiful kick to Gaffney. Just juggled it. And they're scored over the boundary line by Fenson. And right half forward for Salisbury North. Would love another goal. And if anything goes their way, we'll get that margin back to a 2-point margin. So next goal critical in the whole scheme of the day. Russo, manhandled by Lysett. Ball comes out to Gray. Dishes off cleverly to Carpenty. An inside-out kick. Could favour Dianoff in Harville in a one-on-one. These one-on-ones will be crucial moving forwards. Given the free kick there, Dianoff. Just put his weight and his body on the line. He's got the captain Sharrod out wide. They've got options on everywhere. Needs to go to the right one. Punch there by Hay. He's been the rock of Gibraltar. Can he get it back here? Hay needs to move it on. He's pressurised out of it and trickles out of play. We'll have a boundary throw in. 35 from home here for the district.
Yeah, and the rain's just got a lot heavier as well, so it's going to make it even harder for those boys out there. Port District looking to get it back to 14 again, up by 8 at the moment. There's 22 minutes now gone, and they'll get an opportunity here. Snapping ball, has it gone through? It has! And he's happy with that. I think it was Niskus.
Yeah, Niskus again, second for the quarter.
And his second is delivered as the rain pours down here at Salisbury North Oval, and Port District get that goal back that Hellabout got before. And yeah, it's going to be interesting how this final quarter plays out.
Certainly will be. It's going to be a nail-biter, as we mentioned, at half-time. 14 points, the margin, equal game, high margin. Yeah, we're heading towards red time here, premiership term. Every time that Salisbury North strike, the district get another one on the board. Need some windscreen wipers for the goggles up here in the broadcast position as Lysett just slams it on the boot, gets it to the top of the paint. Need their industrious forwards to work hard, get the pressure on, and they do. It'll be a ball up 52 from home. I did hear this once, leaking in a... Geez, it is leaking in here. We're under cover. So they dish it out. Clever work. Should mop up here and easily does. And some smart work there by Jacob Fisher. So we'll need to drive this one out of his defensive 50. Thumping left boot, goes out to the far side. We've got the lights on with the spectators. Lights on at Salisbury North. Should be an easy mark. Oh, dropped in the end. The cake of soap is getting so much harder to pick up. Hocking couldn't pick it up as well. Could have been in the back. Umpire sees it that way. Advantage is given. So they dish off. They want to really limit the amount of hand passes. Should be one hand pass maximum in these conditions. And they're caught on that far side. An arm wrestle continues. No mark taken. Goes off the deck. Clever in the end. Geez, tough contest at ground level. Joey Haynes claws it back. Desperation. Stakes have risen. He's up to it. They dish off again. Dwyer. High. Up and under. To right half forward. Courage personified. And then another one out of mid-air. This game has got absolutely everything. I'll tell you what, it goes out towards Ferns. Does he have the composure? Up against the boundary line. He needs a favourable bounce. It won't quite get there. And rush through for a minor score on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard, which tricks along to 52 to 37. So game high 15 points on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard. We're 24, almost 25 minutes down, third term.
Salisbury North will take the kick out, and it is very muddy in that goal square. Yeah, rain's stopped a little bit, still pouring down here at Salisbury North Oval. Now, an opportunity for anyone to mark it for both sides. High footy in the air by Cooper Gaffney. I think it was called play on big fist there by Jack Gaffney. And now it'll be in the middle of the field. Port District, was he taken high? No, snap around the body by Niskis. The vice-captain has already got 2 today. Looking to set up one for his teammates now. Inside 50, picked up by Ferns. Handballs it away. Oh, it's spilled through the fingertips of Mitchell Gaffney. Now, Salisbury North can try and get this footy back into their hands. They need a goal. They'd like one before three-quarter time, but it's the other team. Port District, Lyset's there. Got a fumble, got tackled without the footy. Was it not paid? It wasn't. It'll be a ball up now. So not Lyset, that was Mackay. Apologies to Samuel Mackay there. It'll be a ball up inside Port District's 50. They lead by 15 points. This will be a big goal if they can get it going into three-quarter time, but Salisbury North would like one back. It's a slippery footy. It's hard to get it out, but now Salisbury North have found a way through the middle of the ground. Will this be cut off? Wasn't quite held onto with the mark. Picked up now by Tyson Richard from the Hawks. Inside 50 from Richard, big ball, 1v1 running towards it. It's bouncing towards the goals, but it bounces to the left-hand side of the goalpost, and that'll be a behind, and not what Salisbury North were after.
So they go out to Joey Haynes in the pocket. It's got Dwyer on the 45 on the corridor. Goes to him. Doesn't want to play on. Hellabout's up to that. It goes towards Tommy Carter. Broadcast side. Got Ferns down the line. Cooper Gaffney on the 45. He's now covered. So we'll be forced to go down the line. Goes in the directions of Ferns and co. Ferns up in the 1-on-2. Quick little dish off to Cooper Gaffney. Long ball towards Lyset. 1-on-1 against Russo. Comes to the ground. Tell you what, some great work by Mitchell Gaffney, but cleaning up tremendously. They do through... Oh, Hocking couldn't quite take that. Nash will critical punch there by the Nash. Ball held up at half forward. Eventually it comes out. And off the ground it goes again. Sammy Gray off the deck. Won't be the full 15 to Carpenty. Jeez, he's peeled that off from somewhere. Carpenty goes in, bought the DNF. Needs to be clean. Whacks it on the boot. Needs a rush of luck. Dribbles through the middle of the post for a minor score.
Yeah, it wasn't touched by anyone there, so I think it would have been a goal if it went through. However, I think Salisbury North would have got a finger on it eventually. Now Salisbury North, it is about 28 minutes gone now. Salisbury North running out of time to get the goal that they need before three-quarter time. They find themselves down by 15 at the moment. Now, the outer side, it is picked up by Cooper Gaffney. Handball kicks backwards to Lewis Sherrard, the captain, who will just slow things down a little bit here as they can chip around the outer side. And Port District would want to see out the quarter with their 2-goal lead at the moment. 2 goals, 3 they're up by, as they'll just kick it around at the moment. Kick to a pack. Couldn't quite get a hand on it, was Thomas Carter. Now, can they get it out of there, Salisbury North? They can, but it's gone straight back to Port District. Is Port District going to be able to score again? They're about to kick this one inside 50. It's a big kick. Who's going to fly? No one. It just spills out of everybody's hands. The kick was smothered. They can try and get it away, but it's going to be tough in these conditions. And there's the siren. Three-quarter time here at Salisbury North Oval in round 8 of the Adelaide Footy League Division 1 competition. It is Salisbury North 5 goals 8, 38 to Port District 7 goals 11, 53. Port District lead by 15 points at three-quarter time. They broke the game open a little bit in that third quarter. Still game on, however, as it is still a tight contest. Only 3 goals Salisbury North need to hit the front. Matt, how did you see that third term?
Well, Premiership teams step up in Premiership quarters, and that was exactly what Port District did. 13 points down at quarter time, 1 at the main break, and as we turn for home, they go into the 3-quarter time with a 15-point lead. We've got an absolute belter coming up in the final term. We'll bring back all the last quarter action here after the break.
Three-quarter time here at Salisbury North Oval. It is Port District leading the way at the moment. Salisbury North 5 goals, 8:38 to Port District 7 goals, 11:53. Port District up by 15 points at the moment at Salisbury North. It is 10.9 degrees, but it feels like 6.3. Showers across Salisbury North at the moment. Some heavy rain in that third quarter. Now it's just a light drizzle at the moment. We'll bring you the last quarter action here. It's Port District up by 15 points. Top of the ladder, Port District looking to stay up there at the end of round 8. Salisbury North in 4th spot, looking to go equal with Port District at the top, 4% below them. So I'm not sure if they can get to top spot unless something miraculous happens in this final term. But 2 top 5 sides, 2 potential contenders battling it out. And this final term, Salisbury North haven't lost at home this season. Port District leading by 15 at the moment now. The final quarter is underway here at Salisbury North Oval. Lyset taps it forward. Port District would want a fast start. Gray couldn't get hands to the football. Now, socket in the air was Sharrod, the captain. Now they can get it, and it's taken by Jordan O'Brien, the skipper, for the Hawks. The Hawks need to get it out of Port District's area and get it inside their own, and it'll be a throw-in.
Great work here by Port District. Clawed themselves back into the game. Have not lost the final term this season. So Salisbury District won every first quarter. Port District won every last quarter. Lyset gets the thump towards Sammy Gray. Dishes over the top. Looking for a would-be runner. Some great work there by Gaffney. Needs to hold on. He does. Just puts it on the left poker. Goes inside forward 50. No mark taken. And cleverly ushered over the boundary line there by Hay. The old Rock of Gibraltar. And we've got a fantastic game. Looks like we got a bit of clearance in the foreground there, but not sure that's going to take away the rain, which has been a constant in this game. And ball thrown in. Russo just gives a little hand over deliver. Need a goal here. So Carpeney dishes out the back looking for Sharrod. He's also got Joey Haynes on. We'll go back to Gaffney. Probably been the close to the best player on the ground, Coop Gaffney. And he's tied up. And we'll have a ball up at right half forward here for Port District. 15 points the margin. Salisbury North been looking for the first goal. Lyset dishes out the back. Harry Dwyer's ball is smothered. Tuck been much better this week, but quiet in the third term. Goes back to the little Nashville, the little tip rat. Ball goes down the line, ricocheted off a couple of hands. Goes back to Geordie O'Brien, very industrious. Just whacks it on the boot. There is Lawler. Cooper Gaffney, courageous as ever, personified there. Dishes back to Joey Haynes. Got another one out wider if he wants. We'll use that player. So teaming up well, they've got Nashville on the 45 if they want. They've also can switch it back out. They've got numbers everywhere here, the district. They're structurally set up beautifully.
Yeah, they are. As Port District would love to hold on to the footy as long as they can before Salisbury North will put some pressure on them. They've got numbers in the back line. It'll be taken by Davidson, cleaning the hands. Oh, he's dropped it. No, it's not cleaning the hands. He had another fumble as well. So maybe Port District kicking around the back didn't work out in the end. And Salisbury North, they'd want to make him pay for their mistake. He's being grabbed into the jumper there, Cooper Gaffney, but they clear it eventually, Port District. Now here comes Gray. Great mark, Sam Gray. Port Adelaide Power and Sydney Swans former AFL player. That wasn't a mark. It hit the floor before.
Oh.
It could go to Gaffney's hands. Mitchell Gaffney, there is. Tackled there. 360 was Sharrod, the captain for Port District. Wasn't paid holding the ball. A ball up. And now this is going to be interesting to see how this goes in the ruck contest. Lyset and Russo in the ruck. Lyset just punches it. Wonderful tap to Sam Gray. The two boys from Port Adelaide, they combine for a goal. And Sam Gray gets it out to 21 points. And a big goal to start the final term.
Magnificent ruck work there. That is 101 ruck work from Scotty Lyset. Geez, that is a beautiful hand-delivered gift to Sammy Gray. Classy finish. And the Kieran who gets his scoreboard goes out to a huge game high, 21 points. As we mentioned at the start of the quarter, the district are yet to lose a final quarter in 2025. They are the number one ranked defensive unit. It's going to be hard to break open this game for Salisbury North, unlike a couple of weeks ago where they rectified their game in the second half. So back to the middle. And Lyset, he's been instrumental, the big man, up against Russo, who's also had a terrific game for the Hawks. So Lyset, Russo in battle, big punch by Scooter, goes as far as Geordie O'Brien, sells a bit of candy, gets the clearance, goes straight up the pipe, goes in the direction there of Pearce, couldn't take the mark. Oh, geez, great tackling there by Pearce. Fierce tackling, trying to inject himself into the game. So right half forward, gaining some much needed yardage. Lyset somehow gets it out the back. Sharrod can run onto it, but just goes the poke along the deck. Quick kick there by Harble, straight off that carpet as well. Geez, I need some luck here. Tuck might have got poked in the eye, but Joey Haynes gives a clean set of heels and a beautiful inside-out torpedo to left half forward. Ferns gets knocked off the ball. Clever body work. Oh, geez, it's a bit of a mung off the boot. There's plenty of time to recover. And McFedrin, oh, he might need to get rid of it. Young McFedrin almost gets clawed down. I should bounce back. Semi-grey. Industrious below his feet. Some smart work. They should clear here. And a lovely kick. Geez, they use their composure well. Niskus, 2 goals in the third term. Goes to the pocket. It's also a beautiful kick. So just commanding now to Dean off. Taking control here, the district. And once you give them that licence, they're going to be hard to claw back.
Yeah, speaking of Sam Gray, he's played great at the start of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's been superb, 4-quarter effort. So Dean off. Would have kicked one. Lovely kick down this end in the second term. Tough pocket. Starts to the right and goes straight through the middle of the points for a minus score. And takes the margin out to a healthy 22-point margin. And we're 6.5 almost down in this final term.
Well, Hay will get the kick out now. Need 4 goals, Salisbury North. 6.5 minutes gone. They've still got plenty of time, but they need to get one soon because Port District are coming in this final term. They have been really good in this second half, Port District, especially that third quarter. They got out to a 15-point margin at the break. Now it is out to 22 in Port District's favour. High footy. Lysette couldn't quite get it on the chest. Sharrod, the captain from Port District, he can get it forward for the black and white as they can kick it inside again. Is there a mark to be taken? There isn't. He nearly had it. And now it's going to be a tosser for the footy. Holding the ball. Great tackle there. And Hay is rewarded for his efforts. He kicks it to Sharp. He's kicked 3 goals already. He steals the dummy. Now he gets the handball away. They need to go Salisbury North. It's going to be held onto though by Nash Haynes. And Haynes is going to take some time off the clock here as he'll look for an option. He'll want to lead. He sees Ferns. He's going to call for it. Ferns is running onto this one. Speaking of the man, he's almost got it. Spilled through the fingertips. Slaps it forward though. Wonderful smother. He couldn't quite get a kick away. The Salisbury North defender there. Now back to Ferns. Ferns just wants to run it over the boundary line and tactically smart. He's done that well. And it'll be a boundary throw-in close to Port District's goals.
So next goal pretty critical here. Salisbury North can't afford to concede the next one. Ball thrown up. Top of the paint. Good arm wrestle in the ruck. Superb effort at ground level and not going anywhere. 22-point margin, 9-minute mark of this final term. Good punch by Lysett. And it gets it as far as Lawler. And he's wrapped up immediately. Big thank you to Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom ORTC, High 5E Bike, Starfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. We've got a free kick in the ruck here to big Scotty Lysett. And the big freight train has worn down Russell as this game has worn on. Took on all comers. Thinks he's a chance from here, so it must be a 50-metre kick. Could have dished off there to Joey Haynes, who will clearly make the distance.
Here we go.
So he goes the roundhouse approach here. Scotty Lysett, lovely kick off the boot. Has it got the distance? Oh, could have been a mark of the year there. At the back. Ball comes to ground, still got plenty of numbers, goes to Gaffney, goes backwards, goes to his brother. Why wouldn't you? Close to the best man on the ground. Loves his situation at the top of the paint. He's got plenty queuing up at the top of the 50 as well and uses an option in Logan Rose. So Rose switches. Incomplete control now, the district through Dwyer. Still got another one on short. Not sure if the zoning up's that effective at the moment for Salisbury North. Lovely kick to Tommy Carter. And that was training drill there for Tommy Carter. And just sized his options perfectly. And Tommy Carter kicked the first 2 for the district. Kenny finish it with an exclamation mark. Dual premiership player already. Former North Adelaide Woodville West Torrens player. Enters the tarmac. Kicks from just inside the paint. He's pretty happy with it. And slots through his third. And margin out to 28 points. And the large legends, they've been dry over there, but they've absolutely loved it as the district have started to pile on. So Tommy Carter kicks his third. Only multiple goal kicker along with Niskus.
And Sharp as well for Salisbury North, that one is. And 28 points now. It's going to be tough for Salisbury North. They need 5 goals to hit the front. And Port District aren't going to make it any easier for them. They've played wonderfully in this second half. Lysett on the tap to Gray again. Those two linking up have been superb in this final term. Spilled through the fingertips of Fisher from Salisbury North. High footy, almost held onto by Jack Ferns. Ferns is waiting for this ball though. He pulls someone out of the way. But Salisbury North now are coming, but it's gone to Cooper Gaffney. He kicks it in the middle of the ground. Gray's going to get crunched. Big hit there by Richard on Sam Gray. And it was fair. However, it was hard. But Sam Gray, he's a tough lad. He should be okay.
Oh, that's corked hip material, that is.
Yeah, it's holding on to that hit, and hopefully he's okay. Norton couldn't quite get the couldn't quite get the mark out. Now Salisbury North, is he going to hold on to it? He is. Cooper Gaffney again intercepting the footy for Port District. Clearing up a bit in the skies now. Here at Salisbury North Oval, it's getting a bit more dry. The rain has stopped for the moment. Kicked by Mackay.
Oh, well
wonderful
watched.
Hands there by Haynes. He passed it off and a big fly but couldn't quite get it. Now here's Hay again from defence. He's been probably their best defender today in my opinion. Now handballs it. They can soccer it. Keep on going Salisbury North. But Port District will stop anything that they would have lost. Oh! Big hit late and it's high.
That's
and they're
a
not going to be
reportable
happy
offence,
with that. Yes, it could
a
be.
charge.
Yeah, that's not very good at all. I'm not sure who that was that delivered the hit. Hay, having such a good game, and unfortunately, he might miss a few for that. And Port District will get the free. Was it 25?
Yeah, it should have been a 50.
Well, very dangerous. Luckily, he's okay, but
yeah, if it's a reportable offence, it should have been 50 and a free kick, but it might not have actually reported him.
Yeah, so Jack Ferns now, sure they'll have a look at that later on. Ferns doesn't quite seal the deal for Port District, and he gets it behind. 29 points now in favour of Port District.
So District doing as they will. 29 points the margin on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard. 13 and a half down, final term. Goes the torpedo from the middle, gets it halfway down the cricket pitch if you don't mind. Beautiful kick in. Salisbury North, can they mount a charge? Still plenty of time for anyone to win if they're good enough, but they need to get their skates on. They go out wide to Wilson. Industrious little player. Cooper Gaffney sits under it again, and he has been the difference. Playmaker, chimes in whenever he likes. And he's like a coach out on the field as well. Goes out to the pocket, finds his number one teammate, Joey Haynes, and he's had an absolute perler as well. They've got the full switch on if they want it. Decides to go longer down the iron, the percentage kick. Jack Ferns, geez, he's hit the ball hard in this last term. A couple of pack mark opportunities gone missing, and they go down at ground level, so some good work there. They go out through Hocking, need to be clean here. They go through, some good work, good passages of play, but a floater out towards Lawler, couldn't pick it up. Dwyer just needs to be composed here, goes backwards, he's got a couple on. How about smart little paddle along the boundary line. Montezek, not his best kick, but just needed to get rid of it. Tommy Carter sits under it. Cooper Gaffney just flicks it towards the boundary line. Off the ground, clever kick. Can they keep it in? Do they want to keep it in? No, they don't. And Harry Dwyer makes Jordan O'Brien earn it right on our boundary line.
Oh, he's paid a free
Probably
kick
a bit of
for
an
that
unnecessary one there from both the player and the umpire. Jordan.
And
Which way are we going here? A bit of a rabble there for a couple of minutes, but Harry Dwyer will be the recipient of the free kick. Hope a Gatorade while you're there, son. And he's had a pretty impressive game back into the lineup.
Kick was smothered.
Kick smothered, goes to Tommy Carter, dishes back. Little poker towards the top of the paint. Great kick. They dish off to the captain. Love a captain's goal. Goes into Kenny Carpeney. Wills and deals on that left foot, and he's going to be damaging. Lovely goal to Carpeney. So Kieran gets his scoreboard game high. 35 points. 15 minutes almost down. And great quarter here. So Kenny Carpeney with an absolute ripper. Back to the action.
Yeah, that could be the game now. Port District out by 35, and they look to be closing off on a big win here at Salisbury North Oval. It'll be Salisbury North's first home loss of the year, their third of the year. Port District only have lost one game this season, and it was to Sacred Heart by 3 points. But coming here today at Salisbury North in the wet conditions, they've proved dominant against the Hawks, and today is their day. It'll be a throw-in. Chance for Port District to go 41 points up if they can get a goal. Lysett tapped it over his head. How about that from Scotty Lysett? Got it to Jack Ferns, and Hayes going to keep this one out of bounds over the boundary line. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Plus the Port District's goals, and it's dried up in this final term.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's given some clear air for the players who've been under significantly difficult conditions here at Salisbury Oval. At least there's no mud out there. Ball thrown in. Some clever work at ground level. The pressure meter has been maintained by the pace setters, the Port District Football Club. Salisbury North will take plenty out of this clash. They've got a big week coming up next week against Sacred Heart away. Clawton just tries to get rid of it. Tommy Carter for goal number 4. Don't tell me. No, just drifts to the right for a minor score. And on the Kieran who gets a scoreboard, it is a whopping 36-point margin. 6 goals the margin here. Hay just runs out of the full-back position. Carpenter gets a nice little bit of pressure on there at the end. Could have been something, a mark out of that. It should have been a free kick, and it is paid to young Tyrrell Hawking, who was pushed out of that contest. So the son of Eddie Hawking, ball in hand. Left footer, goes out to the far side there. So a player coming off with a ferrule and limp there. We'll get an eye on that. Peter Georgianinas. So they go through hell about, much quieter in the second half. Goes a real dart across the turf there. Jordan O'Brien couldn't improvise. Cooper Gaffney again dishes out. Can they clear? Goes towards Sharrod. No. McFedrin chimes in. Goes to Harble. Got to play it off the bench coming in, and Joey Brown. Brown goes to the hot spot. Players are sitting under that one. Tough one to mark. Umpire's found a free kick. Something out of there. And a free kick to Russo by the look of it. And the big man will be pretty happy to get some reward for effort.
Yeah, Murray Bastic's down.
Yeah, I thought it was Bastic. So Russo with ball in hand right behind this goal here. And here's a lovely set shot. Kicked a fantastic goal from the other pocket at this side of the ground last game here against the Spockos. Would love a goal. Need a little bit of left to right. Off a couple of steps, fades early and drifts through for a minor score on the Kieran who gets a scoreboard. And unfortunately for Salisbury North, just the one goal since quarter time. Probably the biggest disappointment for the coaching staff. It goes out to Cooper Gaffney.
Gaffney just wants to go backwards, and they'll hold on to the footy. Haynes goes back a flock. Now they can go out wide. Port District are just going to hold on to the football as much as they can. They'd want to get it forward though, because they'd want to kick a few more goals to boost that percentage at the top of the ladder.
Oh.
And coughed up though. A wonderful smother. Wonderfully done there by, I think, Matthew Rose. And he's slow to get up, but he'll be okay. Now, Clawton is caught, but he's got the ball back. Lycett did well there. Now, Port District come away with it. Jack Gaffney, he's handballed it, loopy one into the middle of the ground for Harry Dwyer. Dwyer, big kick from the centre. He's going to bounce over everyone's heads. There's a foot race for the football. I think he's going to win it, Mackay. He's not. Hay does really want to get back. And now it's spilled out. And it'll be a throw in. It's very close to Port District's goal again. And into time on now, 20 minutes gone, about to approach the 21st minute mark of this game as Salisbury North trail Port District by 35 points. Thrown in now and punched out of there by Hay, who's the Eagles, the ruckman that time. Yeah, Gaffney, Cooper this one. Snapped around the body now from Harry Dwyer, and Dwyer seals the deal for Port District, and that is all she wrote. Game over. Port District going to take the win officially now, you'd think. It's Salisbury North 5 goals 939 to Port District 11 goals 1480. They lead it by 41 points.
That's a fantastic goal there from young Harry Dwyer. Missed the 2024 grand final. And I tell you what, he's been magnificent this season. He's kicked 2 goals on 4 occasions this year. Kicks his 10th for the season, so terrific return for the young fella. And he's got a bitter pill to swallow, not making that grand final team last year, but geez, he's been superb. So it looks like 4 minutes remaining. Timekeeper's box just next to us, as well as the Kieran who gets his scoreboard, which reads Port District by 41 points. Back to the middle. Lycett just gives a nice little punch down the cricket pitch. Goes in the direction of Dionoff, has a bit of an airy, goes back for another airy. Goes to Sharrod, cleans up, goes to Carpeny, clever. Sold some candy, clever kick to Ferns, 1 out. They need a rover. Oh, could have been a nudge in the back, not seen. And clamped in. Can he get it out here? Oh, beautiful work by Tommy Carter. That is absolutely class. Tommy Carter with an inside-out slider. Sold the candy. And done the dishes there. And that is as good as you'll see this afternoon. Margin out to 47 points on the Kieran who gets his scoreboard. Time on. Last turn.
Yeah, Port District have dominated this final term here at Salisbury North Oval. They're taking this one home, and it'll be their 7th win this season. They'll be 7-1 on the ladder. At the top there, after Sacred Heart lost last game to Rocks, and Sacred Heart at the moment are getting handled by St. Peter's 86-50. So Port District should stay on top of the ladder at the moment. And Salisbury North, however, inside 50, cut off. And Salisbury, oh, he's played on the ball. Great tackle there. Tyson Richard, and he's hurt himself with that one. And his umpire's going to call for time as quickly go around the grounds. Broadview 45 to Glenunga 95, Australia 36, Golden Grove 84, Prince Alfred 55 to Payneham 58, and St. Peter's 86 to Sacred Heart 50. And in this game here we've got Salisbury North 39 to Port District 86. Not long left to go now as he'll take his shot, Tyson Richard. He's not going to go quick, and he's going to go short, and he's going to find a man on the paint of the 50. And just takes his time as he looks for an option now. Plays on, sells the dummy, kicks for goal. Has he got it? No, he hasn't quite got the distance. Lycett's back there, but they rush it through eventually, Port District, and it'll be a behind to Salisbury North, 5 goals 10-40.
So Joey Haynes kills the contest. 5 goals to a goalless Salisbury North in the last term. It's been quite ruthless by the district in the final quarter. Kieran gets his scoreboard, 46 points the margin. Joey Haynes just gets his skates on. Beautiful kick to his brother, straight down Main Street there. Need a clean set of heels. Harry Dwyer goes into the middle. Needs his kick on. Goes out towards young Logan Rose. Some smart work at ground level. Modizek goes back to the corridor. Interesting hand pass. Didn't have much else on. Tommy Carter should tackle here and holds up Joey Brantner, and eventually does. So all the sting taken out of Salisbury North Oval this afternoon. The league leaders with the prospect of 3 premierships in 4 years on the cards. Great work by Carpeney. Could have been taken high. Ball still there to be won. Some great work at ground level as Tyrrell Hocking is getting tackled and not going anywhere. So first ray of sunshine on Salisbury North Oval, probably since the C grade this afternoon. It's going to be hard to pick out the Midway Hotel $50 voucher and the Arshies thongs. Been a plethora of stars for the district. Ball comes out. It's a smart work by the Nashville. Cooper Gaffney still keen to keep it going. He'll have a ball in central broadcast position. Final term time on for Kieran Hagitsu.
Port District have played really well today. So this man, Scotty Lysett, just gets a palm onto it and Ferns couldn't quite hold onto the footy. Now, again, another intercept mark to Cooper Gaffney. He's taken a lot of intercept marks in this game. Not long left to go now, you would think. There's Gaffney called to play on. He goes long. Here's Ferns. Couldn't quite get a hand on the footy. Slapped away by Salisbury North. Cooper Wilson gets the footy. And he's got tackled. It wasn't paid on the ball. He got a handball away, the umpire said. Handball from Lawler down the other side now. Salisbury North can go. It's Joey Brown. Joey Brown over the top to Tyson Richard. Richard looks at the paint of the 50. Looks at the goals. Spots one up and passes it off to Anthony Hillibut. He's got 2. Looking for his 3rd, which will be a consolation goal if he kicks it. And Sam Graves just come off now. There's the final siren. Hillibut will have the last kick of the day. Port District winners in the end. By 40 points as Hillibut kicks that final goal of the match. Well, in the end, it was Salisbury North 6 goals, 10-46 to Port District, 12 goals, 14-86. Port District by 40 points. There's only 2 goal kickers for Salisbury North, 3 to Sharp at the start of the game, 3 to Hillibut. For Port District, it was 4 for Thomas Carter, 2 for Nishkus, 1 for Jack Gaffney, 1 for Alex Dienoff, 1 for Kenneth Carpeney, and 1 for Cooper Gaffney as well. As the boys shake hands for the end of that match. And Matt, how did you see that second half in the end?
Yeah, it's huge. Half there by Port District. That was methodical, and it was just showed that there's a huge gap between first, I think, at the moment, and the would-be comers. And that last quarter was pretty powerful from Port District. They sent a real message out to the rest of the league there that we can win on any deck, any surface, any weather conditions. We'll come, you put it on, and we'll rock up and do the dishes. So it's a pretty interesting clash. 13 points they were down by at quarter time, 1 point at the half-time break. They got out to a 15-point lead at three-quarter time as they turned for home in a 40-point demolition derby here. They'll do the 16K home. They'll take the 4 points with them. Well deserved, well coached, well drilled. I saw some plays from the kickouts from Joey Haynes today that you can see the markers. There's actually dirt patches at Largs Reserve or Country Living Homes Oval there that you can see where they do the same drill and it burns out the grass. They did those same drills here today because you could see where they took those marks and critical positioning on the field. And Salisbury North, they'll lick their wounds. They need to bounce back next week. They've got a huge game coming up against Sacred Heart And just while we're there, we will look at the forecast for the teams as we move forward. Most of our notes today are absolutely drenched, but the next 3 games for Salisbury North, they've got Sacred Heart away, Golden Grove at home in round 10, and Pain of Norwood Union there away in round 11. They've probably got 2 out of the next 3 games they should win there. While for District, next week they've got Ross Trevor at home, first time in Division 1 company between those two for a number of years. They'll take on the Spockos, who are the in-form team. They look like they knocked off Sacred Heart pretty convincingly today, so they should take second position. So top of the table clashes beckoning in round 10, and then they'll have Sacred Heart at home. So they've got a really fierce month coming up here, District. They've got the teams, the second position and third position in a couple of weeks' time, but they'll take on Ross Trevor next week at home with plenty of confidence, having won 8 last quarters for the season and have won their past 6 games. So big thank you again to Filming Footy Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom RTC, High 5E Bikes, Dartfish Archies, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. And for the snag of the day today, big thank you and well done to Cooper Gaffney with the snag of the day at the 8-minute mark of the 3rd term. And he will also get the Archies today. I think he was the best man on the ground, Cooper Gaffney.
Yeah, he did
was
really well.
Instrumental. He was the architect from the back flank,
A lot of
playmaker.
intercepts.
A lot of intercepting marks, just directing traffic. He was a nuisance for Salisbury North, and I love to see how much score assists he had in the end, because and his goal down here on our left side of screen in the 3rd term, instrumental in getting them back and on top. So well done to Port District. Unfortunately for Salisbury North, they'll lick their wounds and they'll be back in for another couple of points next week. Final words from you, Peter Georginas.
Yeah, it was a close contest at half-time, and in the second half, Port District came away with the win. Shows why they're at the top, really, and Salisbury North, coming from Div 2 last year, the Div 1 so far, only the biggest loss was 4 points coming into this game. So coming into it, they were, ready. They were they should have been expecting what Port District could have delivered. They did challenge them in the first half, but like I said, the second half did get the better of them, and Port District won the game from there. So yeah, it was a good contest. Some skills on display, some good goals, some big hits, some good contests. But pleasure to commentate with you, Matt. And we'll bring on next game.
Certainly is. So we've got Matt Gale and Peter Georginas on call today. Big thank you. We'll catch up with you next week when we bring round 9 action of the Adelaide Football League Division 1. All the best to you and your team. 7 days is a long time in footy. I'm sure these two teams are going to be at the point end of the season. It was Port District's with a 40-point convincing victory against Salisbury North. Bye for now, and we'll see you next time at an Adelaide Footy League game near you.
So do you want me to? What do you want me to do? So just
give you post-game analysis.
Okay.
Where the game you thought was won, some of the better players, and then switch it over. Yep.
Let me know when you're ready.
There you go.
3, 2.
Hey, sorry. Can we? Sorry. How do you want me to introduce it?
No. Just say fantastic game here at Salisbury North Oval. It was Port District by 40 points.
Yeah.
I can call you in if you.
3, 2, 1.
Fantastic game here at Salisbury North Oval. Port District the winners in the end by 40 points. Joining me here with Matt, and we'll take away some of the best moments of the game where the game was won as well. For me, in the middle of the ground, Scott Lysett and Sam Gray, the two Port Adelaide boys, the link-up was unmatchable, especially in that final term. Scott Lysett played really well in the rucks. A lot of intercept marks from Cooper Gaffney won the game for Port District, in my opinion. He was silver line in defence today.
Yeah, superb effort by Salisbury North in the opening quarter. They slotted through, I think, the first 3 goals of the game, and they got 4 goals at quarter time, so it was a 13-point lead to Salisbury North. At the quarter time break, they only kicked 2 goals for the remainder of the game, and one of them being after the siren. Last time round they beat the Spockos here with a kick after the siren. Today it was just adding a bit of respectability to the scoreboard. They didn't have as many winners across the field, but they'll still take plenty out of this game, and they'll bounce back, and they're definitely a top 5 team. Salisbury North for Port District, instrumental second half. They really came back well in the second term, set it all up, got the ascendancy on their terms, and in the premiership quarter really set it up physically, and then the last quarter they did the dishes on the Kieran Gets scoreboard and pressed it out from a 15-point lead to a 40-point margin. They are still the team to beat in the Adelaide Football League. Pretty impressed today with Cooper Gaffney off the back flank, Scotty Lysett and Ruck and Sammy Gray. You could throw in Joey Haynes. There was a stack of stars out there today for Port District. Probably the best player down back was Callum Haight for Salisbury North, along with Captain Jordan O'Brien. I thought Russo played well in patches. The midfield probably got come off worse for wear today. They probably lacked a little bit of depth there, but plenty to work with for both teams. Suspect the next couple of weeks to really start telling a pretty clear story about who the team is to beat this year. It is Port District. Who's going to join them on the peloton? Is it going to be the Spockos? Can Salisbury North hold on? Will Ross Trevor stay in this reign of form? And can Sacred Heart, will they go out in straight sets again for the third year in a row? There's lots of storylines to play out, but the storyline today was Salisbury North by 40 points, too strong, 16 Ks to drive home, and they'll take the 4 points with them. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again at the footy for the Adelaide Footy League next time round. Should have been filming footy. Doesn't matter. All right. Well done, mate.